listening to Cassphere Podcast.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to cassphere. We talk about AI news, technical knowledge, and everything in life. I'm your host, Truffle.
And I'm your host, Olive.
We're so glad you're here for another deep dive with us. Can you believe it's almost Thanksgiving already?
It really is that time of year again.
I'm already thinking about all the delicious food.
Yeah, the leaves are changing and pumpkin spice is everywhere.
Pumpkin spice and everything nice. I have to admit, though, every year I get super excited for Thanksgiving dinner, and then I remember I'm vegetarian. No turkey for me.
Well, more delicious sides for you then. Speaking of feasts, though.
Yes.
We've got a different kind of feast for you today, a feast of knowledge. We're diving into the world of AI hardware.
You guys sent us a ton of sources on this topic.
Yeah, everything from the chips powering those massive AI models to what's making the AI in our smartphones so smart.
So get ready to go from AI hardware newbie to expert speaker. Are you ready to guide us through this complex landscape?
Absolutely. Let's unpack what makes AI tick. Where do you want to start?
Let's start with the basics. What are the essential hardware components we need to know about when it comes to AI? The real all-star players.
Okay, well, it's a bit like building a high-performance race car. You need the right engine, transmission, and chassis to reach top speed.
Right.
Similarly, AI needs specialized hardware to handle its massive computational demands.
Makes sense.
So let's start with the heavy hitters. GPUs.
GPUs, those are the graphics cards gamers are always talking about, right?
You got it.
What makes them so important for AI?
Well, GPUs, or graphics processing units, were originally designed to handle the visuals for video games and other visually intense tasks.
Okay.
But they've become the workhorses of AI, especially for training those huge deep learning models.
Deep learning, that's the tech behind things like ChatGPT and self-driving cars, right?
Exactly. Deep learning involves training artificial neural networks on mountains of data.
Right.
And GPUs are really good at the kind of parallel processing that needs to happen to make that work.
So GPUs are like the powerful engines of the AI world, crunching all that data.
That's a good way to put it.
I know you mentioned NVIDIA.
Yes.
Aren't they the big name in GPUs?
They are. NVIDIA has dominated the GPU market for years now.
I see.
And their chips are used in data centers and research labs around the world to develop and train AI models.
So NVIDIA is kind of like the Ferrari of the AI hardware world.
Haha, I like that analogy.
But are GPUs the only option when it comes to AI hardware?
Not at all. GPUs are incredibly versatile, but there are other specialized chips designed for specific AI tasks.
Like what?
Well, for example, there are TPUs, or tensor processing units, developed by Google.
TPUs, Google's secret weapon.
Yeah.
What makes them different from GPUs?
Well, TPUs are specifically designed for machine learning, particularly for things built using Google's TensorFlow framework.
Okay.
And they're even more efficient than GPUs for certain AI tasks.
So it's like having a custom-built engine tailored for a specific type of race car.
Exactly.
But what about CPUs? Those are still important too, right?
Absolutely. CPUs, or central processing units, are like the brains of our computers.
Right.
While they might not be as specialized for AI as GPUs or TPUs, they still play a vital role. They're incredibly versatile and handle a wider range of tasks, including those that require complex sequential operations.
So CPUs are the reliable all-rounders on the AI team.
That's right.
Got it. Is there anyone else on this AI hardware team we should know about?
Yes. There's one more key player, FPGAs, or field programmable gate arrays.
FPGAs.
Yeah. These are fascinating because they offer a unique blend of flexibility and efficiency.
Okay, those sound interesting. Tell me more.
Unlike GPUs or TPUs, which have a fixed architecture, FPGAs are reconfigurable. They can be programmed and optimized for very specific AI algorithms, offering a custom-tailored solution for certain tasks.
So if GPUs are like powerful engines, TPUs are custom-built engines, and CPUs are the all-around utility players, then FPGAs are kind of like transformers, adapting to whatever task you throw at them.
That's a great way to put it. FPGAs give developers a lot of control over how the hardware interacts with the AI algorithms.
So they're really versatile.
They are, very much so.
With all this talk about processors, are there other hardware components we should be aware of when it comes to AI?
Yeah, definitely.
What about memory and storage?
You're hitting all the right points. AI is incredibly data hungry. We need to process that data efficiently, but also store and access it quickly.
Right.
That's where memory and storage come into play.
So it's not just about the processing power. It's also about how fast we can feed the AI with data.
Think of it this way. You can have the fastest sports car in the world, but with a tiny fuel tank and slow pit stops, you're not going to win any races.
You need the whole package.
Exactly. For AI, high-capacity RAM or random access memory is essential.
Okay.
This lets a system quickly access and process large data sets during training and operation.
So RAM is like having a large fuel tank that can quickly deliver fuel to the engine, keeping everything running smoothly. What about storage?
We also need fast storage solutions like solid-state drives or SSDs.
Okay.
These provide much faster data access compared to traditional hard drives,
Right.
ensuring that AI can retrieve information quickly and efficiently.
SSDs are like having a super fast pit crew that can change tires and refuel the car in record time, keeping the AI in the race.
I like that. It paints a good picture.
This is really eye-opening. I'm starting to understand why AI hardware is such a big deal.
It's a fascinating field.
But why should I, the average person listening to this, care about all this? How does it impact my life?
That's a great question. Understanding these hardware components helps you appreciate how AI is evolving and impacting our lives.
I see.
For example, faster training of AI models means faster development of new technologies, leading to innovations that could revolutionize everything from healthcare to transportation.
So knowing about GPUs and TPUs helps me understand how we're getting closer to things like self-driving cars and personalized medicine.
Exactly. The more powerful and efficient our AI hardware becomes, the faster we can push the boundaries of what's possible with AI.
Okay, that makes sense. But if AI hardware is so important, it makes me wonder who's leading the charge in this space.
I wonder.
Is there a global race for AI chip supremacy?
Absolutely. There's definitely a global competition to develop and control the most advanced AI hardware.
So who are the major players in this AI hardware race?
Well, the United States has been a dominant force in AI hardware development for a while now.
Okay.
Companies like NVIDIA, Intel, AMD, and Google are leading the way in designing GPUs, CPUs, and specialized AI chips like TPUs.
So the U.S. is kind of like the reigning champion, at least for now.
You could say that, but other countries are rapidly catching up, recognizing how important AI hardware is.
Like who?
Well, China, for example, is investing heavily in its own AI chip industry.
Why is China so focused on developing its own AI chips?
Part of it is to reduce their reliance on U.S. technology. They have companies like Huawei and Alibaba making significant strides in developing their own AI processors.
So it's not just about technological advancement, but also about economic and perhaps even political independence.
Exactly. Control over AI hardware gives a country significant leverage in the global technology landscape.
That makes sense. Are there any other big players we should know about in this AI hardware race?
Definitely. South Korea is using its expertise in semiconductor manufacturing to become a major player.
Oh, wow.
Companies like Samsung and SK Hynix are developing AI-optimized memory chips and are becoming more influential in the global supply chain.
So South Korea is bringing its A game to the AI hardware arena. What about Taiwan?
Taiwan plays a critical role in the global semiconductor industry.
Right.
Companies like TSMC produce some of the most advanced chips in the world, including those used for AI.
And that name rings a bell. I think I've heard about them in the context of chip shortages.
Yeah, you probably have.
They're a major player, aren't they?
They are absolutely essential.
I see.
They're the world's largest contract chip maker, and their manufacturing capabilities are vital for many tech giants, including those developing AI hardware.
So even if a company designs its own AI chip, they might still rely on TSMC to actually make it.
That's right. TSMC's technology and manufacturing scale make them critical for the global AI hardware supply chain.
This is getting more and more interesting. We have the U.S., China, South Korea, and Taiwan all vying for a piece of the AI hardware pie.
It's definitely a competitive landscape.
What about Europe? Are they involved in this race as well?
Yes, the European Union is actively involved, though their focus is a bit different.
How so?
They're not necessarily trying to outmuscle other countries in terms of manufacturing capacity.
Okay.
Instead, they're investing heavily in developing energy-efficient AI hardware.
Energy-efficient AI hardware. That sounds interesting. Why is that a priority for the EU?
Well, as AI models become larger and more complex, the energy consumption of these systems is a growing concern.
I can see that.
So the EU is focusing on developing AI hardware that can deliver high performance while minimizing its environmental impact.
So it's about sustainability and responsible AI development.
Exactly. They're looking at ways to make AI more environmentally friendly and less energy intensive, which is crucial as AI becomes more widespread.
It's really important.
It is.
This global AI hardware race is really heating up. But let's shift gears for a second and zoom in on something a little closer to home.
Okay.
We've been talking about massive data centers and powerful chips, but what about the AI that's right in our pockets and our smartphones?
That's a great point. AI is no longer confined to data centers and research labs. It's increasingly making its way onto what we call edge devices, like smartphones.
Edge devices.
Yeah, and that's where things get really exciting.
Edge devices. What does that mean exactly?
An edge device is basically any device connected to the internet, but operates at the edge of the network, closer to the user.
Okay.
Smartphones, smartwatches, even internet-connected appliances are all examples of edge devices.
Got it. So edge AI is about bringing AI capabilities directly to our devices instead of relying on the cloud for everything. But why is this so important? What's the big deal about having AI on our smartphones?
For starters, it means faster responses.
Okay.
Instead of sending data to the cloud for processing and waiting for a response,
Right.
The AI processing can happen right on your device, making things like voice assistance and image recognition much more responsive.
So no more lag when I'm asking my voice assistant a question or trying to unlock my phone with facial recognition.
Exactly. It makes the user experience much smoother.
Right.
But there's more to it than just speed. Edge AI also enhances privacy.
Privacy? How so?
Well, if the AI processing happens on your device, your data doesn't need to be sent to the cloud, which means it's less vulnerable to breaches and unauthorized access.
That makes sense.
This is especially important for sensitive data like your health information or financial transactions.
Keeping our data on our devices definitely feels more secure.
For sure.
Are there any other benefits to having AI on our smartphones?
Absolutely. Edge AI opens up a whole new world of possibilities for personalized experiences.
Personalized experiences. Give me an example.
Think about real-time language translation.
Okay.
Imagine traveling to a foreign country and being able to have a conversation with someone in their native language.
Right.
All thanks to AI-powered translation happening right on your phone without needing an internet connection.
That would be amazing. No more fumbling with phrase books or relying on bad Wi-Fi for translations.
Exactly.
Are there any other examples of how Edge AI is making our smartphones smarter?
Oh, there are so many. Imagine AI-powered health monitoring that can analyze your vital signs and detect potential health issues early on, all from your smartphone.
Wow.
Or think about AI-assisted photography that automatically adjusts settings and enhances your photos in real time based on your preferences and the scene you're capturing.
This is mind-blowing. It sounds like Edge AI is totally transforming how we interact with our smartphones and the world around us.
I think it's safe to say that.
But what kind of hardware is making this Edge AI revolution possible? Is it the same stuff we were talking about earlier, GPUs, TPUs, and all that?
Those powerful chips are still relevant, but the real game changer for Edge AI is the development of specialized AI chips designed specifically for mobile devices.
Specialized AI chips. Tell me more.
One example is NPUs, or neural processing units.
NPUs.
These are specifically designed to handle the complex calculations involved in running AI algorithms, and they're incredibly energy efficient.
Right.
Which is crucial for battery-powered devices like smartphones.
So NPUs are like miniaturized versions of those powerful AI chips optimized for our smartphones.
You could say that. They bring the power of AI to the palm of our hands without draining our batteries.
This is incredible. It seems like every part of our lives is being touched by AI in some way.
It really does.
But I have to ask, with all this talk about specialized AI chips, is 5G still important for Edge AI? I always hear about 5G being essential for AI and everything else.
That's a great question. While 5G itself isn't an AI chip, it plays a crucial role in Edge AI, especially when we're talking about hybrid solutions that combine on-device processing with cloud connectivity.
Hybrid solutions. What do you mean by that?
Some AI tasks might be too complex or data-intensive to handle solely on the device, even with specialized AI chips.
Okay.
In these cases, 5G's incredibly fast data transfer speeds become really important.
So 5G acts as a bridge between our devices and the cloud, letting us tap into even more powerful AI capabilities when needed.
Exactly. 5G enables a seamless flow of data between our smartphones and the cloud, letting us offload some of the heavy lifting when necessary, while still getting the benefits of on-device processing for most tasks.
That makes perfect sense. It's like having the best of both worlds, the speed and privacy of Edge AI, combined with the power of cloud computing when we need it.
Precisely. And let's not forget about one of the most important factors for Edge AI, energy efficiency.
Right. We don't want our smartphones dying after 5 minutes of using AI-powered apps.
Exactly. Energy efficiency is critical. We need AI chips that are powerful and incredibly energy efficient so they can run on our smartphones without draining the battery.
So it's a balancing act between performance and power consumption.
Absolutely. And that's one of the biggest challenges in developing Edge AI hardware.
Yeah, can imagine.
Finding that sweet spot where we can have powerful AI that runs smoothly and efficiently on our mobile devices.
This is all so fascinating. We've covered a lot of ground, from the major players in data centers to the tiny chips powering AI in our smartphones.
We have.
But I think we need to go a little deeper into AI accelerators. You mentioned them briefly earlier, but they deserve more attention, especially when we're talking about edge devices.
I agree. AI accelerators are key to boosting the performance of our smartphones and other edge devices. They deserve the spotlight.
Okay, let's unpack AI accelerators. First of all, what are they and how do they work their magic?
AI accelerators are like specialized hardware units designed to speed up certain kinds of calculations that are really common in AI algorithms. They're like turbochargers for your AI engine, giving it an extra boost of performance.
Okay, I like where this is going. Turbocharging AI, that sounds powerful. But how do they actually work? What's going on under the hood to make these AI accelerators so special?
Well, one key technique is parallel processing. Instead of processing calculations one after another like a regular CPU might, AI accelerators can handle many calculations at the same time. This really speeds things up, especially for those complex AI algorithms that involve crunching a ton of data.
So it's kind of like having a team of chefs working in parallel. each one handling a different part of a complex recipe, instead of just one chef trying to do everything step by step.
That's a great analogy. Parallel processing is a core principle in AI acceleration. That's how these chips can handle the huge amount of data AI needs to learn and make decisions.
Makes sense. It's about working smarter, not harder. Right. Are there other ways these AI accelerators get the job done so well?
Absolutely. AI accelerators are often designed with specific AI algorithms in mind. Their architecture is optimized to handle those types of calculations incredibly efficiently. It's like having a kitchen designed specifically for baking cakes with all the right tools and appliances in the perfect layout.
So it's not just about raw power. It's about having the right tools for the job.
Exactly. It's all about tailoring the hardware to the specific demands of the AI algorithms to maximize performance and efficiency.
This is really interesting. And you mentioned memory architecture earlier. How does that play into all this?
Memory architecture is crucial. AI accelerators often have optimized memory hierarchies that allow them to access and process data much faster. Think of it like having all the ingredients for your cake readily available and organized within arm's reach, instead of having to search through a cluttered pantry every time you need something.
So it's about minimizing the time it takes to fetch data and maximizing the time spent actually processing it.
Precisely. Efficient memory access is key to making sure AI accelerators perform at their best.
Okay, I think I'm starting to get the big picture here. But can you give me some real-world examples of how these AI accelerators are making our smartphones smarter? What can I actually see and experience because of them?
Of course. Take image recognition, for example. With AI accelerators, your smartphone can recognize faces and photos almost instantly, or figure out what objects are in a scene. Or think about voice assistants. They can understand and respond to your commands much faster thanks to AI accelerators handling all the complex language processing.
So when my voice assistant answers my questions super fast, it's because of AI accelerators working their magic behind the scenes.
Exactly. They're doing all the heavy lifting, allowing your smartphone to understand and respond to your requests quickly and accurately.
That's impressive. Any other examples that might surprise me?
How about mobile gaming? AI accelerators are making mobile games a lot more realistic and immersive. We're talking about better graphics, smarter opponents who can actually challenge you, and even personalized game experiences that adapt to how you play.
So when I'm battling a super realistic dragon in my favorite mobile game, I can thank AI accelerators for making it so epic.
You got it. They're pushing the boundaries of what's possible in mobile gaming, creating experiences that are visually stunning and really engaging.
This is pretty mind-blowing. It's like there's a whole world of AI working behind the scenes that we don't even realize to make our smartphones so incredible. Expert speaker, you've given us so much to think about today. We've explored all this hardware powering AI, from those massive data centers to the tiny chips in our phones. What does it all mean? Why should we, the everyday users, care about understanding this stuff?
That's a really important question. Understanding AI hardware isn't just about knowing technical details. It's about understanding how this technology is evolving, who the major players are, and how it's going to change our lives in ways we can't even imagine yet.
So it's not just about the chips and the circuits, but about the bigger picture, how AI is shaping the world and our place in it.
Exactly. It's about recognizing AI's potential, from self-driving cars that could revolutionize transportation to personalized medicine that could transform healthcare. It's also about understanding the limitations and potential risks, so we can have informed conversations about developing AI responsibly.
It's about having the knowledge we need to navigate this exciting and sometimes confusing world of technology.
That's right. We're not just passive consumers of technology. We all have a role to play in shaping its future. AI is a fascinating field, and I'm always happy to explore these important questions.
And listeners, we hope you enjoyed this deep dive as much as we did. Remember, understanding AI hardware isn't just for tech experts. It's for everyone who wants to understand how this technology is shaping our world. And speaking of shaping the world, we have one final thought to leave you with. Now that we've explored all this amazing hardware that's powering AI, what do you think the future holds? What are you most excited about, or maybe even a little worried about when it comes to the future of AI? Let us know your thoughts, and until next time, keep those brains buzzing.